I've got a wonderful surprise for you. You are going to love this product. Hi, I'm Kim Jamieson Hurst of Chatterbox Quilts, and today I am going to be showing you a Martelli product that I absolutely love and has helped me so much in my studio. But before we get to this, if you're new to my channel and you haven't yet subscribed, I'd love it if you do that and hit the bell so you'll be notified the next time I release a new video. So today I am talking about the Martelli Quick Spin Thread Dispenser. Ta-da! And you might wonder why I have a wine gift bag over top of it. Well, I'll give you one word: Victor. Yes, Victor likes to chew on plastic, and if I don't cover up the thread dispenser, he starts to chew on it. We don't want that. That is not why I got this particular product. So the reason I wanted to get a heavy-duty thread dispenser is I wanted to get it to use with my embroidery machine, my Janome 500E, because I like to use cones on my embroidery machine, well, basically on all my machines, and some of my sewing machines are set up to accept cones, no problem, but others aren't. So for example, some of the vintage sewing machines I have, they don't work anyway at all with cones, so I wanted a separate standalone thread dispenser so I could use it with different machines I have in my studio. So let me show you a little bit about it first and then show you how it works. Did you hear that noise? Well, the reason you heard that is because there are 4 suction feet on the bottom of this quick spin thread dispenser. And so when I put it down and press it down, it sits, it sucks itself, I should say, right down to whatever surface I've got on, and it stays there really well. So I like that. So if I have any issues with the thread, it doesn't fall over. I've used another thread dispenser, and anytime there was a problem with the thread and got a little tight, it would fall over and scare me because it would make this huge clang, right? So I have no issues with the Martelli Quick Spin Thread Dispenser in that area. It also has these different little things, for lack of a better word, things on it. So they're different items that go on here that help you, because this particular thread dispenser can handle cones like I want to, but you can also put regular thread spools on it as well. So when you have these little items here, you can put these on the bottom if you are using a cone, because it fits right in there. If you're using a spool, like a regular spool of thread, that doesn't fit on there. So you will take that off from the bottom because you don't need it, and you just put your spool on instead. And I'll show you that in just a few minutes. The other thing that you'll notice on this product is that the area where you put your spool spins around nicely. There's ball bearings underneath there that make it spin around nicely. You've also got this, what I always call like chamois-like material here that will help to keep your spool just sitting there without moving around or anything, okay? It's kind of a non-slip material, and they use it on the back of their rulers too, so it's in the thread dispenser too. Now you have this big kind of a U or V area here. Your thread's going to come through there, and that keeps your thread from going all over the place. It's going to be confined to this area, so that helps prevent that twisting or any issues with your thread. The other thing that's really cool about this particular thread dispenser is on the back you have the ability to adjust the height of the spool of thread. So you can make it go up, or you can have it right down. I'm going to show you that in just a second and why that's important. So let's put this down and let's take a look at if I wanted to put a spool of thread on it. So I've got a regular spool of thread here, and I took off the bottom little cone insert there because it doesn't fit inside the spool of thread. So I would put my spool of thread in there, and I would just have it come between the 2 guides at the front, and then I would thread up whatever machine I'm working with, right? So that's what it will do with a spool of thread. There's another type of spool here. Now this one, you just check and see if these will fit in the bottom or not. So that one probably would. So let's put it back on. Put this little holder, little cone insert back on there. Put it down, and I could put this little cone in. Okay, and I would pull my thread off, same thing. So it's very versatile. You can use it with any thread, cone, spool, whatever. You can use it, and here's my big cones that I like to put on. And so it moves around, and so because of those ball bearings in there, the thread moves so easily. Like as the machine asks for the thread, the quick spin thread dispenser just, seamlessly gives it to it, as it were. But when you've got these different spools or cones in, you want to make sure that they're not going to be jumping around at all. I mean, they probably wouldn't, but you don't want to have something on the top, and we usually do. So you can put another one of those inserts on top, and then this little guy if you want as well, and that keeps it down in there, locked in place, as it were. But let's talk about that height adjustment, right? We did mention that. So I've got my Janome 500E right here, and my thread is coming in this area here. So I don't really want to have the thread dispenser down here and have the thread come up, you know, coming up and over. I want to put the least amount of stress on it. So I will loosen little handle at the back there, and I will move it up to, you know, maybe about here, let's say, and then just tighten that up again. It looks kind of strange, but it works very well. And then I can just, you know, go through and thread. I can't really thread my machine backwards. This is backwards for me, so, but that would be the way to go in. So it's going to just feed off really easily. You know, you've got it whatever level you want it. You can adjust it up or down. That's great. The other thing I really like about this, as I mentioned before, was those suction feet. So the little feet on there, they just hang on. And so, you know, you got to really pull them to get them off. So you just press them down. So this isn't going anywhere, okay? While you're working with it, it's staying very stable. So it allows that thread to feed off really well. And you can use any kind of thread on this. It works really well for metallics. It works well for invisible thread, any type of thread. This is a great system to use with your machines. So if you haven't seen this product before, or you're looking for a standalone thread dispenser like I was, I recommend the Martelli Quick Spin Thread Dispenser. And to find out more information about it and where you can get it, I'm putting a link in the description below. So make sure you check below the video in the description there, and you'll get all the details on the Martelli Quick Spin Thread Dispenser. Thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to share it with your quilting friends. And for more helpful quilting information, be sure to go to my website at www.chatterboxquilts.com.